Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. Now, at the beginning of the Conservative conference this week, which begins today, they're doing the beauty pageant of all those who want to be leader. And boy, I can't wait to see them in their bikinis. But for Jenrick, Robert Jenrick, it's not looking good. He was given a £75,000 donation to help him fight for the leadership. These things happen. Keir Starmer can tell you all about it. However, there is a bit of mystery surrounding this £75,000. One of the big mysteries is nobody knows where it came from. Apparently, not even Jenrick. And he's been put on the spot and questioned about it. And answers came there none. And so for him to sit there, along with all the others, and slagging off Keir Starmer about all his grift and freebies and bribes, and yet he himself going ka-ching and taking £75,000 in cash from a company of whom he has no knowledge, well, it just smacks, doesn't it? It's just as big a corruption as anything Starmer's doing. And so we're hearing the Conservatives talk about the hypocrisy of the left. They need a mirror because they need to look very much inwardly towards themselves. Now, he appeared on Sky News this morning. He was questioned. And he'd obviously come along, I think, with every intention of sticking the boot into Starmer. Unfortunately, that boot was very much on the other foot and it was being inserted at a fair rate right up his jacksie, rather than him sticking it up Keir's. Trevor Phillips questioned Jenrick on the source of this £75,000. And there was a company called Spot Fitness, SPOTT. And this was what was registered in the parliamentary records. However, Jenrick could not name one person associated with Spot Fitness. And of course, an investigation, people looked into it, and it becomes very, very troubling because the business has 0 employees. It's £300,000 in debt. It has never made a profit in all its years of being. And therefore, one could only question, perhaps, the legitimacy of the company. And where does the money come from? It sounds very much like money laundering to me. It sounds very much like very dodgy, illegal money. Will Jenrick have to give the money back? Will he be morally obliged to, if not legally so? Perhaps. But fair is fair. Jenrick was questioned. He was given the opportunity to explain. Unfortunately for Robert Jenrick, he could not. Robert Jenrick is probably the only one who can challenge Kemi Badenoch. Let's face it, Tuggendat is not a challenger, and Cleverly is not really a challenger. And now Jenrick is tainted and seen as corrupt. It could be his race is run today. This is what happens, I think, when you take dirty money from faceless companies and don't declare it properly. Now, he's claiming it was a perfectly valid and legitimate claim. But it just doesn't seem that way, does it? It may well be. But the optics are everything. The perception is that this is a dirty company, dirty money, and he's accepting it in a very, very strange way. I don't think he is now a viable leader, as he will have this hanging over him. How can you have the leader of the Conservative Party having these questions being asked before he even takes over? Jenrick is probably out of the race. That only leaves Badenoch, Cleverly, and Tug on that. And if Badenoch is not in the last 2, the Tory party are finished. Let me know what you think. Thanks a lot. Bye.